Hello there guys, and welcome back to our car modeling tutorial. And in this episode today we are going to continue smoothing around the car. So in the last episode we put together some glass and some other odd little bits. I think it was the wing as well. What we'll do today is we are going to work along this bottom edge here, smoothing some of these components. Now before we start, there is a quick change that I did make to this front section down here. So I've added an extra line inside which is helping shore up this edge just here, and it's also going to allow us to add a little bit more curve, so we can grab that and pull that all the way in. So just added that in there, maybe pull that out slightly too. So that's just to give that section a bit more curve and a slightly sharper line there, which is looking good. What we'll do then is we're going to work along smoothing. So I think what we'll do is we may smooth this lower section here, maybe try and get all the way down the lower end of the car here, the easier bit, I'll say. So what we'll do first is I think we'll just quickly work on these two sections here. These shouldn't be too tricky. So what we'll do is we'll grab all of these, not this one, do this one here, and we'll grab all of these edges here, and by double clicking we're just going to hit Ctrl E to extrude, and we'll just extrude in. We'll go something like that. So we want to kind of match the depth of what we will be for the wheel arch there. What we will need to do though is we will need to take in at least these vertices here. Could maybe take in the next one as well. Get an angle on here. We'll just pull those in as far as they need to. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay, and what we'll do with this is we will simply just add some smoothing to this. Now we're going to want to do the same to this wheel arch, so let's grab all of the points for this as well, and we'll hit Ctrl E. We'll do the same again, and we'll pull that in to match the same distance. Now what we want to do with this is we're going to want this to be very similar to what we did here. Now here what we did was we beveled this edge in slightly, going all the way around, so we're going to want to try and reflect that here. So we're going to select this bit, we're going to select the edges here on this outside, and we will go to Edit Mesh and Bevel. And it just looks like we want to work on a small fraction here. Let's see, I think 0.4 looks good, maybe 0.3. Yep, we'll go with 0.3, maybe even less actually, maybe we'll go 0.2. Okay, we'll go 0.25 on there. Yours may be a little bit different, the value there. And what we'll do is we'll do the same with this edge here. And again, we are going to bevel, and we'll have a go at 0.25 again, so we can get that same depth inside there. Now we're going to want to apply the same smoothing groups to this as well. So we're going to want to make sure that on here we have an edge that is going to run all the way down there as well. So firstly, let's just grab these two bits and can isolate them here. So in that bevel, we're going to be required to, let's just isolate the one just now. We're going to be required to insert an edge loop which runs all the way down here, and again we can see that that's going to stop just there, which is fine. We're going to want to there we go. So we're going to want to connect these lines here and here again to make sure we've got that quad inside there, and then we'll do the same here and here, which is perfect. What we also want to do, if we're going to be reflecting what we have on the other side, is we want to drop another edge loop here as well, and we'll probably want to drop one down here. So let's have a look. Okay, so we're going to need to insert another edge loop, and we'll need to drop that maybe around here, just to stop all of that curving too much. So it's a little bit better there. Okay, that looks pretty good. And on here we'll want to do the same. We're going to want to bring these points out here, and then do the same on the underside for that bevel as well. Now what we also have for this is, if we bring everything back, now on here we have an extra line going around this ridge section here, so we're going to grab our edge loop again, if I can see it, and we're going to drop that in there nice and close, and we are going to do the same here. Okay. So we can see we've got this bit here looking pretty good, but we just need to make sure we're going to shore up these edges here. But before we do, we're going to want to actually make sure that this isn't as thick. So we're going to want to bring this out something like that. Okay. And what we'll do, if we isolate the selection, we can just make sure that we're following a half decent line here as we go. And then here we can just use this to kind of curve through, like so. Okay. So what we're going to want to do here is we are going to want to again insert some edge loops, and we are going to want to drop one on this inside edge, and that should follow quite nicely around there. We're going to want to drop one here, and then we're going to want to drop one here as well. So we'll give that a smooth to see how that looks. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We can see we've got a slightly defined edge here. We've got a nice little curve onto the inside there, and we can see that that quite nicely matches what we have on this side as well. So I'm going to just add my shiny material to these to show that they're done. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll maybe have a think about working along this lower section. So I think we're going to need to do a little bit of a change to this. I think we're going to need to add a little additional curve to this section. So we can see that we've got a little bit of a curve under here, but once we smooth this off, we can see that it actually starts to undercut there slightly. So we can see that on here we have a triangle. So it's not going to hurt us too much if we apply a additional vertices inside here. And what we'll want to do is insert an edge loop, and we'll want to kind of match the position inside there. And with both of these selected here, we can just bring those down, something like this. Okay, and we can check the smooth now and hope that we've got a little bit more of a curve. So we can see that's looking a little bit better. But I think what we'll maybe want to do is grab the vertices here, and here, maybe pull these down slightly there. So that's matching that much better for us, which is good. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll look to smooth this section. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. So let's isolate the selection here. And the first thing we're going to want to do is we are going to want to extrude some of these edges in. So we'll start, we're not going to do it all at once, we'll maybe start with the easiest section. So we'll go something like that. And then we'll grab these arches here. And again, that bit looks like an easy bit. So we'll hit Control E again to extrude. I'm going to extrude these here. And again, we've got the arch here to consider, so we'll just go in a little bit like so. Now we can see that we've already got this section extruded quite nicely. So we will see about merging there, but we won't actually merge just yet. Let's just pull them away so we don't forget. Okay. So we'll look what else we have. So it looks like these should be fine if we grab all of these bits here, all the way around here, and up here. We'll hit Control E on these. And we'll pull these in just to match roughly what we have. And then it looks like we missed one inside there. Actually missed two. Let's just select those as well. Just make sure we've got everything else. We'll hit Control E and let's take this in. Okay. So we'll quickly just dive inside here and we'll merge these two together. So that's looking pretty decent. So what we'll do is we'll do a test smooth and we'll see how it looks if we hit 3 on this. So we can see right off the bat this section here looks incredibly good in comparison to what we have. So it doesn't look like we're going to actually need to add anything to that because it's looking more or less exactly how we want it to, which is good. What we're going to want to do is we are going to want to think about smoothing these edges here. So we'll maybe grab all of these. Go up the side here. Now we're just going to test to see how this looks. So we're just going to grab all these edges. Now, I'm not sure how well this is going to look, but we'll give it a go. So select all of these, going all the way around. Just make sure we've got everything we need here, not that one. Okay. So what we're going to try here is we're going to try and bevel this. So I'm going to hit bevel on here, and if we get zoomed into one of these sides, we're going to want to boost up the fraction this time. So I'll get 3, maybe 4. 4 looks pretty good. I think what we'll maybe try is 5. Okay, and let's try adding one segment here. Or maybe 2 even. And we'll give this a hit and see. So we can see for the most part that looks pretty good all the way around there. Got nice sharp edges kicking about here, which is good. It looks like the only real issues are around this area, so we will insert some edge loops and we'll drop one here and here because we want those to be nice and sharp, and then we'll drop one down here, and then because this is the wheel arch here, we're going to want one there. Okay. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So it looks like the only real issue is up here. that down there. Okay, so that's looking good. Okay, happy with that. So it's looking pretty good. See down here, do seem to have an issue just under here. Looks like maybe, let's see if we can go back. Looks like all the trouble started here. So it looks like I'm gonna want to extrude this. Looks like maybe forgot that line, so that's gonna be what's causing that issue there. So if you guys have already got this looking good, just keep it, and I'll just get this sorted real quick. We'll bevel again, and it was a fraction of 5. Oops. Fraction of 5 segments per 2. Okay, so we're looking a bit better down that edge now. And we can insert the edge loops again. So we was 1 across here and down here. Along this bottom. Up here. Go on this inside as well, similar to the other arches that we have. And then okay. Okay, so it looks like we haven't actually beveled it all here. And get this in position just up here. Okay, so let's try smoothing that again. So we're looking okay. Looks like we're going to want to insert an edge loop here. There. Okay, we're looking pretty good there. The only thing that's really standing out to me is this section here. I'm not liking this curve too much, so just kind of take this away from each other slightly. Just make sure we're maintaining nicely on that side, which it looks like we are. Let's just bring these out a little bit here. Okay, so I'm quite happy with how that's sitting there. So again, let's now apply material on here. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, so what we'll do, let's have a look at this bit. This bit shouldn't be too difficult. First thing I think we'll do is we'll insert an edge loop here. And we'll bring this in here just to kind of help bring that around a little nicer. That's okay. Can maybe have some curvature to the whole of this ever so slightly. And if you grab all these parts here, see, so we're already actually, let's just isolate this. So we already have a little bit there, so we'll bring everything except for these edges here. We'll hit Control E. We'll bring this in. And we can merge those together, and we'll do the same here. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll grab these two, bring that down a little bit here, and we're just going to match what we've already done. So again, on this edge here, I think what we'll do it on the edge going all the way around. Do it in one go. And we'll bevel this edge. This time we're going to want to be a lot smaller. 0.2 looks good. We'll go for 2 segments again, which is fine. And then we can add in our edge loops. We'll drop one here. We need one here and here. We'll also want one on this edge as well. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit more. Okay. Okay, that's looking good. I think what we'll maybe do with this, grab all these edges and pull them in just to reflect what's going on underneath. Perfect. And again, let's apply our shiny colour to that so we can see it finished. So we're looking pretty good here. Okay, so I think rather than getting started on the back, because it looks like there's still a little bit of detail to add, we can maybe work on this one and then maybe see about any additional aero elements in the front we can work on. So we'll grab all of these and we will hit Control E. And we'll pull in just a little bit. And with these elements on the edges here, I'm just going to take those back in ever so slightly there. And now we can grab all of these remaining edges here. Maybe not this one. Okay, I'll hit Control E and let's bring these in, and then we can get these ones merged. I'll do the same with the bottom ones here. So let's just double check anything on here. So what it actually looks like is that this actually steps in and then it kind of steps up. So I think what we'll want to do here is we'll want to grab all of these edges all of these ones here, and we'll hit Control E. And we'll pull them up, and then we'll pull them over, something like that. kind of go up and sit underneath that inside there, which looks good. And we'll grab all of these again, and we'll do the same with our bevels. Let's just check. Okay, so it doesn't do on the bottom, so that's fine. Okay, so we don't want these ones, we don't want these ones. We won't want to bevel any of these ones either. So all the additional ones here will just apply in edge loop 2. Okay, I think I must have selected the wrong one. Start again. So we get these ones, these ones, these ones, and these ones. These, and then up here. So we've got all our way around there. We'll go to mesh again, or edit mesh, should I say, we'll bevel. And that looks like way too much, so we'll take that down. 0.25 should be decent. And then we'll go for segments here of 2. And firstly we will insert an edge loop here and here. Maybe stick one at the top as well. I want one on the inside here and this edge here. Can drop one all the way at the bottom. Now I'm going to want one on the inside here as well. We'll go into one-to-one that goes all the way around here. So what we'll do is we'll drop in a point just there. We'll insert an edge loop, which is going to go along here and hopefully stop, which it has. And we'll then want to use our multi-cut tool to come along and draw around here, like so. And what we'll want to do, so we don't forget, is firstly delete this extra vertices here, but secondly we want to merge these two together. And then we just want to make sure that we're not ruining the geometry there. Insert another edge loop all the way along here, and then we can tie these two together. And I think we might want to have, okay, so it looks like we've got a boo-boo here, so we'll delete this edge, and then we'll select all of those, and we can delete edge and vertices, and we're going to want this to come along here, like so. And again we'll do the same with these two vertices, we'll merge those together. And then we're going to want to drop another one that's going to go all the way along this edge. Bring them here. And then finally we'll want to insert an edge loop here around this whole edge, and that should travel already quite nicely based on the geometry that we have. So that should look pretty good. Let's give that a test. So see there, that looks pretty good all the way around. And what we'll do is we'll just bring that back in. We'll apply our thing to it. Color. Now that looks pretty good. Looking at my references here, it does have quite a smooth curve. I think what we maybe want to do is maybe insert an edge loop around there, because that's going to be the one that runs up and along here anyway, just to help kind of maintain a bit more of an edge to that. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okay guys, so I think we'll leave that one there. We've got quite a lot done. We've got this whole lower section here smoothed off quite nicely. I think in the next episode we will maybe work on the rear bumper down here, getting in some of that details in the bottom around the exhaust, and then we'll start working our way up the car. Okay guys, cool.